Tech Talks, and we have here with us today Dr. Chaitanya Sridhar, who's been with us with two other episodes as well, and we've been having such a lovely, amazing, exciting conversation. And I'm going to just continue from there. I think we've been talking quite a bit about the growth of sports psychology and us being integrated with the system as well. What kind of ethical challenges are you seeing as the field grows when it comes to sports psychology?
Um, that's a very interesting question. Can I start with, I think, how when one gets into the field, they need to do the work,
Yeah.
need to also know how much I know, where do I need to get the support,
Absolutely.
be that from supervision, and
Yeah.
I think more importantly, not being under someone, but learning, getting to know,
Yeah.
so that you can actually do justice to your role, to your work, and to that system or the individual you're supporting.
Absolutely.
I would really like to start from there, because I have to mention that this is a part which distresses me, which is actually, I know we've discussed this, a cause of concern, that the current generations coming in, I think just because they have a master's, whether especially if it's from somewhere abroad, there's a lot of entitlement. At least once a week I get a request saying, I don't mind when they say I want to learn, but how do I get in with RCB? How do I get into the league?
I know that's the only thing they ask.
And I'm like, oh my God, when you sit in front of a Smriti, a Virat, a Rohit, a Neeraj, you need to be at that same caliber. You can't be a fanboy or a fangirl.
Absolutely.
Right? And we worked the part just because they're seeing us on various, podcasts and programs and panels. It's not a red carpet welcome at all.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think to somewhere go, how much do I know? And when I don't know, to say, okay, you don't have to, if you're not yet ready to tell the athlete, I don't know, to say that, let's sit with this a little, let's look into it more. I really feel that
would
is
help quite a bit.
one point which I definitely needs to come in, because
I think this is where the peer supervision and the supervision
definitely, because
Yeah.
when I sometimes interview, and it's so heartbreaking, they're so lost, and then you see their coping, I remember one person in particular, she was giggling through the interview.
Oh God.
But you know that it's a stress response, right?
Yeah.
That's the way she's coping. It was so
Absolutely.
heartbreaking. But I'm not a therapist or supervisor to bail her out. You can, to an extent, try to calm a person. And she was with the national team, Keerthana.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, oh my God. I was feeling bad for her, but I was also feeling, why doesn't the macro sporting ecosystem and the
think about this, actually.
think tank, and I think that's where I, be it with INSPA, be it with any group, I'm like, I'm happy, I'm glad I have worked with XYZs, but I feel the need is now to really support those coming in.
Absolutely.
And I would definitely put in self-work.
Yeah.
You need therapy, please get it, because as a Jungian depth psychologist, I think you realize that how much of our own stuff gets projected.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we do justice then to the athlete or the team.
Exactly.
And worse Indian sport.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we have a responsibility here.
Exactly, that's the word.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of all this, how do you think young practitioners, I know a lot of young practitioners do follow us, so how do you think young practitioners can balance visibility with a little bit of responsibility? Because I believe that, I think as sports psychs we need visibility, otherwise we need to make more noise. Good things need to make more noise.
I know you once used the word right noise, I like that.
Yeah.
So I come, maybe it's the introvert in me, maybe it's also, I'm really not so much of a visibility person. I think, I don't know, life has, made me visible, I feel, to a certain extent, but I hear what you're saying, that you need to come across in the right way.
Absolutely.
And with the younger ones coming in, and especially whom I've mentored, I always say, and they've asked me this, it's like, am I falling back when I'm not on, let's say,
speaking
or So what I tell them is, it's not what you're putting out, but it's like how you're putting, and
Yeah.
what's the message there. Like, you know,
And also, what's the intent? I feel like even the intent matters quite a bit.
definitely. You know, in fact, even to athletes, especially the emerging and elite ones, I tell them that please do something different than just posing in different ways, because people listen. You all are, you know, societal influencers use that.
Yeah.
Right? And I kind of feel like, I'm not going to take names, but I know during Olympics and stuff, you know, there were posts about what was being done and stuff, and that's not something you do. You're not supposed to put out, that's ethically wrong, you know, like, and also throwing out names unless you've got permission, and even if you've got permission,
there's a way to do it.
Way to do it. And also the point is, like you said, what's the intent? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, for example, I know I have quoted Jemima's case twice, only to bring out that we need to hold our athletes and also look beyond just the winning.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Keerthana, I think that's something where that has to come together.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you this, which also kind of ties up, because, you know, recently I was called in a certain place, and I remember this individual is telling me that, you know, Chaitanya, it's like, I no more see what's happening on social media, be it even LinkedIn. And I said, I'm actually glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because he said, I did my groundwork.
Yeah.
And to remember that just because you put out some 100 posts is
Doesn't
not
mean-
giving, we are not Bollywood, Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Like, it's about because the point is, this might do injustice to the field. And
Absolutely.
that's my concern.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that makes a big difference. Yeah.
So yes, I definitely feel the balance, and you know, the point is, when you're not sure, right?
Yeah.
Reach out. If not me, if not you, someone else.
Someone else, yeah.
You know, at least one of the
Absolutely.
seniors is going to, exactly, right? And look at, I mean, just because I don't put up, I'm not saying, you know, the other person shouldn't, but do it in the right way. That's my only.
Do it in a way where it's not gross or jarring.
Or too much.
Too much, a bit much. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think this will really again tie in very well with our next episode, which is going to talk a lot more about how we, as in even INSPA for that matter, right? How organizations, how associations, how federations can, you know, look at this. We will be talking more about that soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful. I want to say advice, but I know it's. But I think this is just gold.
Thank you. This was lovely to have.
Because advice would probably undermine it. So it's a piece of gold. That's what
and
it
I
is.
think also we you know, we're not like, we're not blowing it out of context, but I think it's important to name it, to feel it, for it to heal, like we say in psychology.
Exactly. And this is no way to prescribe, and that's why I kind of waited a second before I actually used the word advice.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.